Most High in Christ blessed. I'm back with another video, and this video is going to be more about me breastfeeding my son, which is 3 months now. I had him March the 5th. I stopped breastfeeding. Well, I started off in the hospital. I started off breastfeeding just a little bit, and then I stopped, and now I'm back on breastfeeding. And I'll just give you a few tips on what helped me get my milk supply up, and the breast pump that I'm using, and the clothes that I'm wearing to be breastfeeding friendly, because breastfeeding comes with so much, and not a lot of people explain that, of how you need the breastfeeding bra. You don't have to have it, but I would say it's essential to breastfeeding. The breastfeeding bra, the breastfeeding friendly outfits. With me, I only wear dresses and skirts, and if I'm wearing a skirt, I'll make sure I have a breastfeeding friendly shirt on. If I'm wearing a dress, I'll make sure it's able to come across like I have this one coming across, or I can unbutton it and just pull it out for him to eat, because when your child is hungry, everybody knows who's breastfeeding, it's supply and demand with them. They want it, and they want it now. And also with getting your milk supply up, it's supply and demand. So I'll just go over a few things, and I'll try not to keep repeating myself. So first, just starting off, when I started back breastfeeding with him, he was 2 months, and I had been not breastfeeding for a whole 2 months. And then at the end of the month, where he was going into his 3 months, I started back breastfeeding with him. And when I started back breastfeeding with him, I was giving him formula, and I messed up because I'm just gonna be honest with you guys. I did the cereal in the formula because I was like, I'm tired, and I want to give him some cereal to make him sleep. I never did that with my firstborn. He just got formula, or he had breast milk up until he was 3 months, and then I switched him over to strictly formula, and I didn't give him cereal or anything like that until he was like 6-7 months. But with my secondborn, I gave him formula at like 1 month. And that's so horrible. If you're watching this video, please don't. And please don't feed your child cereal at 1 month. The doctor told me that, his pediatrician told me that gives them lots of allergies when you introduce them to foods before 6 months. So if you are doing that, if your pediatrician did tell you can do that, then that's something that I would just take up with my pediatrician. Period. I wouldn't, hey, I'm not a professional, so I'm not going to tell you what to do and what not to do. But just me, I'm not able to do that. I gave him the cereal in the bottle, so he was more like, I want a lot, and I want it to be thick and fulfilling. And with breast milk, it's very thin, and it doesn't hold as long as formula hold. So just think about me giving him formula plus cereal. So it's definitely not holding a lot. So when I first started off, I would put my boob in his mouth, because they told me that if you put your boob in their mouth, and the more you let them latch on and eat, the more the milk your body signals that you need to have milk, like the baby needs milk. So I was doing that, as well as, excuse me, I'm putting my boob up. Mama gotta put her boob up. Okay. Say hi. Okay, so I was doing that, as well as I was letting him latch on frequently, as well as pumping. Now, when I was doing that, I didn't take him strictly off of formula, because he still needs that food. And right now, my body, I've already signaled my body that I didn't want any more milk. And now I'm trying to tell my body, hey, I do want the milk, please supply it. So, I was giving him formula, but before I would give him a bottle, I would make him kind of penetrate, like just latch on and stay on for at least about 5 minutes. And then once he'll get really, really, really fussy, where I'm just having to just give him the bottle, and so that he can eat, I would give him the bottle. He would eat, he would be satisfied, and if he would, after he would eat his bottle, if he would latch on, I would let him latch on just as like a pacifier to him, but to me, I'm trying to signal to my body, I want milk. So I did that for about 2 weeks. In the midst of pumping. Now, one thing I will say about pumping is don't be deceived by when you pump and you're not getting anything but 2 drops, because my son at a point in time, I was only getting 2 drops in the bottle, but he would eat and he would be satisfied to where I wouldn't even have to give him a bottle after him latching on. So once I did that, I was still like deceived at the fact that I was only getting 2 drops of milk in the bottle. So at that point, I spoke to a lactation consultant, and she told me that instead of me just latching him at nighttime, in the daytime, latch him on at nighttime, because it's something about when you latch them on around like 1, 2, 3 o'clock in the morning, it sends a signal to hey. Let me just say this. I don't know the technical words. I just know how to tell you in my form. I don't know what exactly the medical terms are for what I'm telling you guys. But if you latch them on at nighttime, it'll send, a signal to your body like we need milk, and you can produce easily at nighttime. When I tell you this saved my life, it saved my life. Like, I latched him on at nighttime, and immediately the next day, it wasn't like I had 4 ounces in a bottle, but I was getting an ounce of milk pumping, and I was getting him very satisfied to where he would eat and he would take like a 30-minute nap, an hour nap, 30 minutes to an hour nap. And so it worked, and I was just like, I couldn't believe it, because this whole time I've been just latching him on in the daytime, and it really wasn't making a difference, but it was. But it wasn't making a tremendous difference to where I was getting milk in my bottle and feeding him. When you latch your child on at nighttime, in the middle of the night, it will make a difference. Now, I'm not telling you that you're not going to be able to, or you're not going to have to feed them formula, because you might have to. The way it worked with me is I was gradually taking him off. Like, it would cut down a bottle a week. Like, at first, I was giving him 3 bottles out of the day, and then he would still be satisfied with my milk. Then it came down to be only 2 bottles a day. Whether that was 1 in the morning time when you were really, really tired, because at nighttime, you tried to give him all they can, and you're waking up literally every 30 minutes or every hour till... Okay, so you're waking up every 30 minutes to an hour at nighttime because you're feeding them breast milk, but you're not producing as much as a mother who's waking up every 2 hours to breastfeed her child, because she's been doing it since the baby came out the womb. So, in the morning time, you'll feed them a bottle, or for me, I would feed them a bottle at like 7 when it's daylight outside, and then at nighttime, if I'm tired from doing the daytime, me pumping and exhausting my whole day on pumping and trying to breastfeed him, I'll give him one at like right before we went to bed, and then throughout the middle of the night, I would put him on the boob. Now, what the lactation consultant told me, and it did work, was stop pumping. If you're not making enough to be able to pump and feed your child, stop pumping, because you don't want to exhaust that milk that can be strictly coming to the baby from your boob in a bottle that's only 1 ounce. And that really made a difference for me as well. So that's 2 tips I've given you. I've given you one to start breastfeeding in the middle of the night. And don't pump and breastfeed at the same time when you first begin to try to get your milk supply up. I know that I tried the power pumping and stuff, and the power pumping does work, which says, if I'm saying it correctly, I don't know if I'm saying it correctly, which is 30 minutes on the pump, 10 minutes off the pump, 30 minutes on the pump, 10 minutes off the pump within a 2-hour period. So I did that, and that did pick up my milk supply. But like I said, the lactation consultant says that just don't do the pump until you've actually got your milk supply up and going. Not just a little bit, but you really got it going. And that's where I'm at with my milk now. And I will show y'all a picture. I'll put a picture in the video where how much milk I've gotten so far within a month. Or I just started pumping like 2 weeks ago, and how much milk, or I would say last week I started pumping, and today is Monday. So within like 10 days, I would say, 12 days, how much milk I've gotten within that time period, because I'm getting ready to go out of town. So, so I did that. Also, drinking lots of water. That is so important. So important. When I first started off trying to get my milk supply up, I got a big gallon of water, and I drank the whole gallon, and I pumped 2 ounces. Water is essential to breastfeeding. It's really essential. I know some people say take your prenatal vitamins and things like that to put your to put the vitamins back in your body that you're giving the baby, but water is essential. And that's the number one thing that I try to keep within my day, is at least minimum 4 bottles a day. I can't say I've been slacking lately on that, but I'm going to get back to that because it's very important. And when you start drinking water, it's like your body needs the water to be able to produce the milk, because the base of the milk is water. And so if your body is dehydrated, how do you expect it to produce the milk that you're wanting? So that's 3 tips. You're going to drink water. What else did I do to... also, before you pump, if you take a shower before you pump and let the water run down on your boobs to get your boobs nice and warm, and then when you get out of the shower you pump, that's also great. Now let me show you. This is a pump that I got. I did Fenugreek. I did try the Fenugreek, and literally I only took it for 1 day, and I was just set on not having to use supplements to bring up my supply of milk, because a lot of reviews that I read about the Fenugreek is that you take the Fenugreek, and then once you try to wean off of the Fenugreek, your milk supply goes right back to where it was when you first started. I didn't want that to happen to me. Once I pick up my milk supply, I wanted it to stay up. I didn't want it to go back down to 1 ounce of milk when I pump. So I got off of the Fenugreek. But anybody who want to try the Fenugreek, I would say try the Fenugreek, but water is going to be your best friend in breastfeeding them at nighttime. Now, this is the breastfeeding bra for when I do breastfeed. It's a 2, I can pump both breasts at the same time. And then also I have this bra. This bra is going to hold the bottles in so that you don't even have to use your hand, girl. You already know. That is a must-have. Who wants to sit up there and hold a bottle? Not me, sis. Sis, I'm not holding a bottle. No. Now, before, let me not even act. Let me not even front like Miss Bougie. Because before I got this pump, I had a one boob pump, and I would have to hold it. That one was good. It was electric. But who? Not me. I'm not holding no pump. No. Not going to do it. And also, my friend, she's also breastfeeding at the time, and with the pump, my boobs did get, my nipples got really sore, and it was to the point where I was like, no pump, absolutely not. I need to get that pump off my nipples because it's like hurting. She gave me this is Parents' Choice, and she gave me this nipple bomb, and it works, but not as much as my Neosporin triple antibiotic ointment, because you got to remember that when you're pumping, it can chafe your nipples to a point where they're like dry, and you're like, the pump is like squeezing on them so hard, and it can crack your skin. So the antibiotic is good for that, as well as the ointment to, like, you know, not make them so dry and rub up against your bra. Now, another thing that will stop your milk supply is wearing tight stuff on your boobs. Everything needs to be loose, and don't lay on your boobs. Lay on your back so that it can have, like, I don't know, I guess it will have room to make your milk supply come in. Don't lay on your boobs. Don't wear a tight bra or a shirt, girl. No, you breastfeeding. You're not trying to be a hoochie mama. Now, that's pretty much it. And I also got my pump from, and this is how it looks. Bring it down right here. And then there's your pump. Just like that. And it's on the go. It's a diaper bag. I don't use it as a diaper bag, but when I get ready to go home and we have to drive 16 hours, I will be using this because I'm going to need it. And I got it from Pumping Essentials online. I will put the website to that in my down below. So you'll be able to find that down below in the description. And I believe that's pretty much it. And also be looking forward to a oh, before I close out, because another thing that a lot of moms worry about is if the baby is going to be gaining weight. How do I know if my baby's gaining weight? With my son, he went from, before I started pumping and I was feeding him formula, he was 10 pounds. When I went back to the doctor after breastfeeding, he was 14 pounds. So he gained 4 pounds. He was not gaining weight that fast when I had him on formula. So I would highly, highly, highly recommend, even if you have, if your baby is 4 months and, you know, you're like, well, he's 4 months, I already have him. He or she is 4 months, I already have him on formula. I don't think my boobs is going to produce the milk. We as women, we are born to be able to supply food for our children and their nutrients. I would highly advise you to put your baby on your boob every day. Take a hot bath with them, lay them on you. Anything to try to get it stimulating, it will come. Because our bodies is made to produce the milk. And also, if you have any questions or any answers or anything like that, I am here to help, just like I got help from people around me. My friend motivated me, like, hey girl, you can do it. Keep going, keep going. She stayed on the phone with me 24/7, like, you can do it. Because it's so easy to give up. Don't give up. We are Milky Mamas. And also, about the Milky Mamas, it's a website that I ordered Eliminate from. That helped as well. I will put that website in the description below as well. They have the cookies, the lactation cookies. They have the lactation tea. They have drops. They have anything, you name it. They got it. They got brownies, all those kind of things. That did work for me and my milk supply. But like I said, I wanted to go the more natural route, which is drinking water, trying to get the baby to make the milk come. Because honestly, you don't have to have anything to make your milk supply go up. All you need is a baby and you. And always keep faith, because whatever you say in your head, your brain takes it and it always sends signals in your body. So for you to say, I can't make milk, that's a signal in your body that you've already signaled, like, we don't need milk. As long as the baby is sitting there hungry and crying and your mind is telling your body, we need this milk, the baby is hungry, it will supply it. It might not come in 2 days, 3 days, a week, but it will come. So always stay motivated. And always remember, for the mothers who are feeding formula to their child, you're not doing anything wrong. I'm not saying that you're a horrible person, but I do believe that your natural milk from your body can help so much more. And the benefits that it has on your child is amazing. It is amazing. So I'm going to end this vlog, or this blog, or this video, whatever you want to call it, right here on You Got It. We're going to be Milky Mamas for the rest of our lives, and keep producing, keep trying, and if you have any questions, I'm always here to help and encourage. Thank you. Bye, mamas. Mwah.